If you live or drive through West Springfield recently, you may have noticed an increase in the number of speed humps and raised crosswalks.
That's because the city is bumping up its road safety efforts. Western Mass News reporter Patrick Fergus joins us live in West Springfield tonight with what drivers and residents are saying. Pat.
Chris and Amanda, they may differ in height and frequency, but if you're driving through West Springfield, these speed deterrents are hard to miss.
You deal with them every day, and sooner or later, speed bumps, humps, and raised crosswalks just become part of the daily drive. West Springfield is at the forefront, with Mayor Will Reichelt saying over the last decade plus, the city has installed multiple speeding measures on about a dozen streets, including most recently on Morgan Road and Dewey Street. The Dunphy family, who's lived on Dewey for years, says anything that slows down drivers is fine with them.
Dewey traditionally has been a raceway. You know, once people hit the hill, they like to take off down the hill and go pretty fast.
I have grandchildren, and I'm always worried about their safety, so I was so thrilled when it went in.
Lancaster Avenue and East Gooseberry Street also have new bumps, not yet painted. They're marked by cones, but their impact is already being felt.
The town says bumps in residential neighborhoods like here on East Gooseberry have proven to slow down drivers, but some have a problem with their frequency.
I mean, I think they're trying to do the right thing. Maybe it's just a little overkill.
Jackie Lipinski works at Gooseberry Farms, whose adjacent street also recently received 3 different speed bumps of their own. She's all in favor of making streets safer.
So, again, I guess we do have to slow down, but yeah, I think there's maybe a few more than necessary.
Reichelt told Western Mass News today that he understands that it can get frustrating for drivers, but pedestrian safety comes first, saying, quote, "That's a trade-off I'm comfortable making."
And West Springfield isn't slowing down anytime soon, as there are many neighborhoods that have submitted and are currently in the review process for more. Reporting live here in West Springfield, Patrick Fergus, Western Mass.